fantastic. Hey, should appear here. Wow. I'm going to start this leg of the tour from the southern city of Thailand, Hat Yai. This travel will be a land-based journey. I will cross the land border of Thailand into Malaysia and then travel the entire peninsular Malaysia from north all the way to the south before coming back to Singapore. The theme of this trip, one city, one night. Join me in this unique journey with me. I think that's my vehicle. Hello. Hi. Right. I have successfully crossed the international border earlier in the evening from Thailand Hat Yai to Malaysia Padang Besar. And there isn't much things to see or do in Padang Besar. I take the next Grab transport and head straight into Kangar. Kangar is located 34 kilometers or 45 minutes drive from the border town Padang Besar. The car drive is pretty smooth even it is at night. Hey, I'm now at Kangar. This is where the hotel that I booked called Garden Inn Motel. Okay, let me do a check-in. Hello. Check-in. Okay, my room. Okay, this is my room. Just 4 walls. The bed here. And the toilet is here. Decent, clean, and white. Finally, across the border and now in Malaysia. After doing a quick settling down at my hotel room, I proceed on to find out more about this area that I stay in. It seems that I'm staying in an industrial area called Kangar Jaya, located some 5 kilometers away from Kangar city center. Oh my god, this place looks very depressing. A&W is right behind. Here's Starbucks. And this is Pizza Hut. Okay, so it has got all the modern amenities, but this is not what I want when I come to a new place. Yeah, I'm somewhat disappointed. I mean, that's my first impression of Kangar. But nevertheless, I will still go back and do some research. I'm sure there is an old town somewhere. Okay, it's just that I'm not working hard enough. I guess I don't have a choice. Let me hang around this pasar malam, a pretty small scale, but at least this is local. Other than a makeshift night market, there isn't much of a local food choice left for me. I have to make do with what I can find in the night market. Sate, nasi lemak. I think that's probably it. And where I'm staying is over there, Garden Inn Motel. Rojak. Berapa?
RM8.
RM8? Ya. Ceplan.
Belam, jamu,
Yeah.
bawang, limau, jamu,
Yeah.
belimbing, apple.
Okay. Satu. This chili sambal.
Sabar.
No, not sambal. Yeah. Ada. Okay. RM8 lah. So this is coklat muah jalan din. Apa ini? Jelly ball. Huh? Okay. Ah, no, plastic, no. Teh panas. Okay ah. Boleh? Okay. My first time eating rojak, fruit rojak. Oh, smoke. Yeah, but this is the first time I'm taking the Malay style. Usually I had the Chinese one. I seriously do need the raw fish. That's because of the chili. I actually don't know what is this. Okay, this ball. I think she says it's some kind of citrus fruits. Okay, but it's just the most sour I've ever had taste. Oh. Yeah, it's wow. I think I'm tearing. Alright, I finished my food. Time to go back to my bed, take a rest, have a good shower, do some laundry, and then do some research as well. Okay, I hope tomorrow will be a better day. Bye.
The next day.
Oh, good morning to a bright and sunny morning. I'm now at Kangar, Perlis, northern Malaysia. As you can see, I've just done my checkout. So what I'm going to do now is to take a transport to the old town of Kangar. Kangar is the state capital and the largest city in the state of Perlis, Malaysia. Kangar has a population of 50,000 and located next to the Thai border in the northernmost point of peninsular Malaysia. As the smallest state in Malaysia, I'm sure not many people outside this country knows Perlis or even heard of this place before. I stayed in Kangar Jaya the night before. It is a pretty uneventful place outside of the capital city of Perlis State. I'm trying to grab into the old city of Kangar now. That blue car is probably my Grab. Yes, it is. The distance between where I stayed the night before, Kangar Jaya, and downtown Kangar is some 5 kilometers away. Where I stay is a relatively new part of the residential side of the state capital. I'm now heading into the city center to see what's out there at the main capital city. Ini Kangar utama?
Yeah.
Other than doing some punch card thingy, maybe a good traditional Chinese meal at the local coffee shop would suffice before I move on to the next destination. This is the main city of Kangar, Perlis capital city. There's a lot of low-rise. So I'm just here to just walk around, just get the feel of what the capital city of Perlis is, and then before making my way out of here. There's quite a number of hotels that is unlisted, okay, like one of this here. So I just went in and checked. It's about, they are charging me 200, and by the way, it's full house. So what he suggested to me is that to check in at this Federal Hotel, which is about maybe 100 ringgit or so. So which is almost the same as what I paid, but unfortunately it is not listed in booking.com. So I missed the chance of getting accommodation right smack in the middle of town. Well, that's just fun facts. Kangar street art. Okay, so this is a must visit, but unfortunately when I'm here, it is all boarded up. So I'm not sure what's behind the board. Let me just use my selfie stick and push up this a little bit. I'm not able to see it now. Probably I'm able to only see it when I'm back. The culture of street art in Malaysia is not particularly something new, but it has definitely gained more prominence today. This is one of the main sites in Kangar, and yeah, I've just shown it to you, but no idea what exactly it is. I think they are doing some renovation here. This is another way to the Kangar street art, which I just wanted to try my luck. Almost every state in Malaysia wanted to lay claims of such tourist attraction come art incubator. Over here in Kangar, 15 talented artists from Perlis have conquered the back alley of CIMB Bank Kangar to give it a facelift. That gives rise to the Kangar Street Art 2.0 project, which incorporate elements and people dear to the local hearts, reflecting the unique Perlis identity. I think currently they are doing some refurbishment of the road. Okay, anyway, this is how it looks like. I think it'll be better when everything start to fall into places. Yeah, so hope for the best for this place. This purportedly to be the biggest mall in Kangar, so let me go in and have a look. If you're looking for a convenient and easy to access shopping mall in Perlis, the Bao An Square Mall would most probably meet your expectation, because it is located right smack in the middle of the capital city. You can't get more central than this place. However, there's a little catch. This mall has a very dated look. Every part of it looks like you are walking into a mall of the 1980s. Bear in mind, this mall has a long history in this city, and this shopping mall has been serving its customer for a long period of time. I think there's only one anchor departmental store here called The Store. Other than that, I think there are some small little shops, yeah, but nothing to talk about. Okay, let me get out of this place. It's mainly a supermarket. It is quite natural to say that you hardly see any tourists in there. I wanted to try the local coffee shop, but unfortunately these are closed. Probably it is because of Chinese New Year. Okay, I just have to find other means. Ngopi from Kangar. I hope I pronounced the name correctly. Ngopi at Kangar is the first local cafe in the northern region of Malaysia that sells sandwiches and coffee as their main menu. The name Ngopi was inspired by a local language that means wants to have some meals at a cafe or restaurant. I'm not sure how accurate I am, but I'm just reading off from an article that I saw. Hello, give me a hot cappuccino. Having here. And this thing. And pastry. Huh? Chocolate roll, yes. Yep, one. Yeah. The special thing about this cafe is its sandwiches and coffee that serve fresh every day. When I first opened the door to the cafe, it gives me a very raw feeling, at least from a decoration perspective. And just like any coffee cafe, there is a strong coffee aroma that lingers in the air. One would never associate Kangar to have such a cafe in this oldish looking city. The coffee vibe it exudes make this place an instant Instagrammable place. It is so popular among the younger crowd, and everyone I notice around me in the restaurant post pictures of this place and the food on their social media. Thank you. I'm glad the coffee culture is starting to take off in this aged city. I wish Ngopi is very success in its endeavor. In my personal opinion, Kangar city centre is pretty smallish. It encompasses just a stretch of road with Real old shophouses by both sides of the road. There is hardly a building that is more than 10-story high in this city. You can never associate what you see to be a state capital of a country. It looks like time has stood still in the 1980s. It is a living city when time has left its mark. I do not have an itinerary in Kangar. There's no to-do list that I plan for myself while I'm here. I just let my spirit loose and drift around this place, soaking up the atmosphere of this old city center. And I know that when the time is up, it's time for me to pack up and leave this place. I popped into Bao An Gong, a Chinese temple. While walking outside the temple, I was drawn into this temple by its architecture. Thank you. It is extensively ornate from the rooftop to the column of the temple. I'm just looking on as devotees of this temple offering their prayers. Time's up for me in Kangar city center. It's time for me to leave Kangar and move on to the next destination. I proceed to walk to the main bus station located underneath the store Kangar. Right now I'm waiting for my bus T12 from Kangar to Kuala Perlis. Yeah. So I have to wait for another 15 minutes. So this is the bus schedule. Okay. Public transport in small city like Kangar can be a pain. Yes, that's my bus. The bus schedule can be very irregular. Alright. Bye Kangar. Hello Kuala Perlis. But from half a day that I'm in Perlis, I managed to get into the laid-back groove of this place. T12. For today, I do not take time schedule in a very serious manner. Yes, that's my bus. Time for me to leave Kangar and head for my next destination, Kuala Perlis. Kuala Perlis is located about 15 kilometers from Kangar, the capital of Perlis. Along the way, one will be able to feast their eyes on the lush green paddy field enhanced by the Malay traditional houses, coconut palms, local fruit trees, and rolling hills. Alright, so this is Kuala Perlis. The older parts of the town found in Kuala Perlis has houses and mosques built on stilts over mangrove swamps, which you are going to see later. The trip to Kuala Perlis is going to be a short sightseeing expedition before I leave the state of Perlis completely. The only thing I am going for is the Rainbow Bridge. Yeah, just a bridge, I told myself. So what's so great about that? The bridge is now right in front of me. Right, let's go up the bridge. Tuanku Syed Putra Bridge, also known as Jambatan Tuanku Syed Putra in Bahasa Melayu. It's pretty steep. It is tall, probably 5-story high. Climbing up the bridge is not as easy as I thought. The metallic steps are steep and slippery. Try climbing it not on a raining day and with a good pair of shoes. So beautifully painted. Rainbow cup. Hey, here's the Rainbow Bridge. Located about 1 kilometer east of the ferry terminal, this pedestrian bridge recently has a facelift in the year 2021. The multi-color bridge is now a favorite among the local due to its Instagrammable facade and superb view of the surrounding fishing village along the Perlis River. There are also many colorful traditional houses next to the bridge. And there's a village down there. the Rainbow Village. And this is where I came from. So the bus stops right at the main road. So I have to walk in. So this is the custom and the port of Perlis. And here are the mangrove swamp, some boats here. So the jetty over here ply Perlis between here and Langkawi Island. I presume Langkawi Island is over there. So this is the mouth of the river. And let me show you the other side of the river. It's a kampong. It's a water kampong. Beautiful, I tell you. Oh, yes, a boat. Okay, it should appear here. Wow, it is so beautiful. Named after the late king of Perlis, Jambatan Tuanku Syed Putra, or Tuanku Syed Putra Bridge in English, stretches across the scenic river mouth of Kuala Perlis. I really don't mind staying here, man. From the top of the bridge, you can catch a glimpse of the Thailand on one side and the lush Langkawi hill on the other side. I suggest getting there in time for the sunset. The multicolored bridge stands out amidst the serene fishing village and fishing boats gently bobbling by the river. I'm commencing my tour of this village from the bridge itself. Located at the opposite side of the Perlis River, across the Tuanku Syed Putra Bridge, lies the village called Dataran Putara Kampung Hujung Tanjung. Let me see where it leads me to. So this is the kampong by the side of the river. It leads to the main road via the Rainbow Bridge. Similar to the Rainbow Bridge nearby, the area has been jazzed up recently and now features colorful houses, murals and ornate decorations. So all the houses here are painted in multicolors. That's why they call this place Rainbow Village. It reminded me so much of the Rainbow Village that I saw in Java. While it is not as colorful as the one that I seen in Java, the villages in Kuala Perlis is set by the beautiful river side. See, I'm surrounded by beautiful colors. That give this place a very high brownie points. Especially so, I did not expect anything prior to coming here. When you never expect anything and eventually nice things happen right in front of you, you will particularly get very touched. This is exactly how I felt at that moment. I originally just wanted to go up the bridge, take some pictures of the bridge and get out of here. After all, Kuala Perlis is now standing in between me and the good food in Ipoh, which is my next destination. I have this thought of just get it done and over with quickly. It turns out that things are so much different when you are out there standing at the top of the bridge. Wow! The scene in front of me is nothing short of amazing. This pathway, I believe, leads to the river mouth itself or the pier. I think it's still under construction. Oh, lovely. You can catch a close view of the bridge itself over here. This is the Rainbow Bridge. Often ignored in favor of a famous neighbor, Langkawi Island, which is about an hour's journey from Kuala Perlis. The small port town of Kuala Perlis can be a good destination for tourists seeking a more off the beaten path, idyllic destination. That is so can be. Time to leave this beautiful kampong. Now I have all the bridge to myself. I'm the only one on this bridge. I think the big ferry over there. Okay, that's the ferry that ply between the mainland and Langkawi. That's my guess. Okay, the fun is over. Kuala Perlis is officially done for me. So now I'm heading towards the bus stop, which is located some 800 meters away from here. By walking, of course. There's a row of budget accommodation just opposite the jetty itself. So if you happen to come into Kuala Perlis in the middle of the night after the jetty trip, so you can check into one of these places. This is the ferry terminal of Kuala Perlis. It's a very important transport hub between the mainland and Langkawi. This is the jetty holding area. The bus stop is pretty close to this place, which I'm going to walk to. You can get your ferry ticket in one of these shops here, the tour agency. So that's where you get your ferry tickets. I'm leaving this complex now. Okay, that's the ferry terminal. And this is the bus terminals. Well, the bus terminal look a little bit bare, very minimalistic. Well, so long as it has got all the buses that I wanted to take, it doesn't matter. I just need to get the bus out of here. This tourist, I presume, going to Langkawi. Where is the bus to Ipoh? Bus to Ipoh? To Ipoh. Ipoh? What about here? The first counter over there. Thank you. To Ipoh? Ipoh. Full already. Oh. When's the next one?